This is 5 steps in 5 minutes with AI, part 3. All right, quick recap of part 1 and part 2. We've learned how to install Python 3, installed Xcode that has the command for Git, so you can clone GitHub repositories. We've learned about dependencies when using pip. We've learned to navigate a terminal, which is using basic Linux commands. Hopefully you use the reference that I gave you, bookmark it, save it. We've also learned running Python with a specific file name. We did Python, the Python file, and then the input.csv file. We used AI, specifically ChatGPT, to modify the code or help us debug the actual code. In part 2, we've learned how to install a local large language model with Ollama. We've learned to use native libraries in your MacBook Pro, such as speech recognition. These are free libraries that you can download to maximize your usage of AI on your MacBook. We've learned how to call Ollama locally as an API. What is API? Ask ChatGPT, please. Creating this multimodal approach with voice, text, and now what's missing is video. As a result of that, we created 2 powerful applications. One is an input analysis of data. 2 is a real-time voice-powered language assistance that can translate multiple languages that you can do locally on your computer. Now, think about all those technologies that you have applied already on your MacBook locally. You did that. So try to combine that with ideas that you have. Like what I said, different technologies that you've already established in your MacBook. Imagine those capabilities. Imagine the other use cases that you can do. Now, we've created a multimodal approach on this. What is multimodal? Please ask ChatGPT. But essentially, it's using voice, text. Now we're going to use vision, which your MacBook has a webcam. Or if you have an actual webcam that you can plug in through USB, that will work too. All right, let's get started. Today, we're building an AI productivity app where you can use your webcam to track how many times you drink your coffee, you go through your phone, just something private. Of course, these are things that you don't want to have be public that can be essentially exposed. So today, we're going to build an AI productivity tracker with your webcam, building on top of local large language models that we have been doing. In this case, credit to this repository for going through a quick example of how you can use vision with Llama. Again, credit to the owner of this repository who's showing us how to use vision with large language models. Everything that I will call out today will be in the link below, so keep an eye out for that. Just in the interest of modifying code, I've done that already. I've modified the code for you for this specific application. Step 1, clone the productivity repo. I forked the repo from the original code that I showed you earlier. We can get something different in terms of the flavor of what can be done, okay? So what you're gonna do is go to the repositories I'm showing you here. Same thing, you click code, click the copy button, hit command space bar, type terminal, open up a new terminal, and as always, get organized. What I said, I want you to get used to doing cd, change directory, mkdir, meaning make a folder, and then go into that folder. What we're going to do is type git clone and put the repository link that I have, and then voila. CD into that specific folder, AI productivity, just to check if everything went through, then you're all set. Step 2, install Llama CPP for local AI processing. Llama CPP is an open source C++ library that makes it easier to just deploy something on your local computer. We're going to go to my repository. There's a README file there, or you can go to the original repository that I showed you in the beginning. What you're going to do is you're going to copy the first command on the installation and setup on the repository, copy brew install Llama CPP, paste it in your terminal, run it. It would download and install Llama CPP. Then we'll move on to the next step. Step 3, download the Vision AI model. Go to the repository, copy the command that starts llama-server, copy the entire thing, paste it in your terminal. It would download it and it would run it right away. Step 4, run your AI productivity tracker. You have access to your webcam. So what you do is you go to the repository that you downloaded, open the index.html into the browser of your choice. We have Chrome. Allow for the webcam to be used, and then voila, you see yourself. Then you hit start tracking. As you can see there, the example that I use is we did working, phone usage, away from desk, drinking, distracted. There's a counter of different things that can be identified by the model, right? This is just one good example of having to use a vision model where it can capture something for you, use that data for something else, or something that you can use it right away. I'm just tracking how much interruptions or how much different things I'm doing as I'm working in front of a computer. Imagine different scenarios of what you can do with this along with the other things that we already talked about. But we're not done yet. Step 5, enhance everything with Cursor. So there's this tool called Cursor. go to cursor.com, go to pricing. You can see it's free, right? You can see the benefits of what you can get there for free. You hit download, you open the installer, you click and drag it to your applications folder. Once it's in your applications folder, open it. So once you open Cursor, you'll see a button there to hit sign in. Click sign in. You can sign up with your Google account or a regular email or your GitHub account, and then follow through that process. Then you can see on Cursor and confirm in Cursor that you are logged in. In order to get started with Cursor, once you open it, you click open folder, and let's go to the repository that we downloaded. You just hit open. Then what you want to do, the next step is go to the gear icon on top, go to the indexing part, make sure that it says sync 100%. There's context with Cursor on how you modify these files. Let's do a quick test prompt. You can copy this prompt or come up with your own prompt. Make sure you're on agent mode. Everything can be done for you. And then Cursor will tell you what it has done with your code. Once you review the changes, there's going to be some red and some green. Green being the new changes that Cursor made. You want to hit accept all just so you can see all the changes applied into the application. So what we're going to do next is we're going to open that same file again, index.html, allow for the webcam to be used. And then you can see there's a few changes that Cursor made. We don't know if this is working. This is where you can keep prompting, you can keep testing, and ask Cursor to modify the code for you. This is taking another step of like keeping your work organized rather than copy and pasting to ChatGPT that you use Cursor. It's free. Of course, it has its limits for a free version, but it should be enough to get you started into modifying a few things here and there and create something useful for you that you can keep local. So that's 5 steps in 5 minutes with AI, this time using vision. Imagine combining everything. This is the multimodal approach that we were talking about. It combines the different aspects of voice, text, vision, and I want to challenge everyone to be creative with the use cases. Think of the daily things that you feel like you would need assistance. I talked about different use cases of different expertise. I keep going to the park ranger one because it's so far off from tech. For example, if a park ranger has a laptop with them, has a webcam, they go into the woods with no Wi-Fi, they use the webcam to identify certain things that they might not be able to identify. That's something, right? So use cases like that can be used locally. If you're up in the plane, no Wi-Fi, these are the things that you can implement where you can have some focus time. We can have some focus time on the specific task that you're doing using Ollama with your MacBook, using small VLM with your MacBook. So I hope with all of this put together, I encourage you guys to come up with these use cases. I'm excited to hear from you. Now we have socials. In whatever social media you use, please follow Mark in the Loop. I'll put it here in the description below as well. Yes, that is our name. We finally have a channel name. So connect with me. Please like, subscribe, comment below. And I'm excited to hear every use case that you guys have come up with. Thank you.